GameDudeMat back again with another One Life Challenge video. It's about time, isn't it? Today's challenge, we're checking out Pirates of the Dark Water on Super Nintendo. R. Let's check it out. Okay, let's get this challenge going. Let's see, fix this angle a bit. Okay. Pirates of the Dark Water. Now for this One Life Challenge, I'm going to be my favorite character, Oz. When it comes to beat 'em ups, I've always loved playing the big guy. The rules are always basically the same. You have your fast character who's not very strong, can't take many hits. You have your perfectly balanced character, and then you got your big strong guy that's pretty slow. I was always good with the big guy. I mean, just damn, look at that. That slam to the ground. He's making a bounce off the ground. That has to hurt. You see that? He recognizes success. After beating all those guys, he gave himself a little cheer, a little pat on the back. And he's not afraid to slam women on the ground. Or we could do like Capcom and lie and say, "Oh no, it's actually a man." Which they did finally confirm that, yes. Not too long ago they said that Poison from Final Fight really is a girl, that they were basically covering their butts. That people were freaking out. Like, what? You have these big guys beating up on a girl? Like, oh, it's actually a man in drag. It's either that or they probably have their game pulled from arcades, you know? I have no idea how I got off on that, so... Back to the challenge at hand. Better start getting serious too, I don't want to lose. This is one that I'm usually pretty good at, so... Hopefully, I get pretty far. Oh, that little guy. Conk. I really like the music of this game. I don't know how well you can hear it, but I'm not going to turn it up because I'll be shouting over the TV, so... But seriously, this game has a good soundtrack. Well, there's a handful of songs that are really cool. But of course, the game is by Sunsoft. Fastest way to destroy the rock with that guy. Just jump and punch. How about this? Oh, dang it. There we go. Down the hole. Down the hole. Yeah. I knew the tall man was coming. There he is. Tall Pirate to be exact. That's his name. Tall Pirate. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I hate this part. Yeah. Whew. If you don't immediately start attacking, you usually get hit by that rock and get knocked off the cliff, and that would have been the end of the challenge. But yeah, I've always liked the character that can just plow through all the enemies. You just got brute strength. There's not a whole lot of strategy involved, but he's actually the big guy is actually not the easiest character to use. Like my older sister always loved to use the well-balanced guy, and she was great with those characters. I kind of suck with them, but if she ever tried playing as the big guy, she's always telling me how much they suck and doesn't know how I play with them, so. Time it just right. Ah, I got him. Okay. First boss down. Challenge goes on. Maybe give it a little more volume. Try that. I'd like to say that I could remember the cartoon, but I was like 3 and 4. You know. So, yeah. I do remember this game. I played this a lot as a little kid. It's kind of funny how the tables turn on these kind of games. My mom would usually buy games like this and so forth, and like King of Dragons and Knights of the Round, which I have those as well, because at the time they were kind of, you know, just obscure games and they were more affordable, right? They'd be like $30, whereas the big titles would be like 50, 60. And now, yeah, games like this and like I said, King of Dragons and stuff, people act like it's a holy relic that God himself dropped on this earth, put it behind a glass case, and act like, you know, it's legends tell of King of Dragons on the Super Nintendo. Few have seen its presence. You know, it's ridiculous. I do like that classic gaming, you know, has finally gotten some respect. I remember like 10, 15 years ago, people badmouthed it all the time. I remember, you know, oh, you're still playing with that stuff? It sucks. You know, move on. You know, these new graphics are awesome and so forth. You know, all that. Like back in 2004, I went to a classic gaming convention they had in a hotel. And yeah, I was just like in heaven, man. I was obsessed with the Neo Geo and never knew I'd ever get one. And there was like 1 or 2 there. But anyways, I had a great time, but there was a couple of like young kids there that were just bad attitude the whole time, right? Like, this stuff sucks. You know, what is this? These graphics are horrible. Wanted to smack upside the head. Seriously though, it was annoying. But now, yeah, you know, it's exploded. It's definitely exploded and everything. And that's another thing too. You know, I kind of miss those days. I didn't like people's disrespect to the old stuff, but I certainly do miss the prices. When no one wanted the stuff, I probably could have found like 3 or 4 copies of this game right here just sitting on the shelf at my local game store, probably costing $4.99 because it's good, right? An okay game would cost you like $2. A good one would cost you like 5 or 6. One that was considered rare might cost you 10. Like Demon's Crest is another one. I remember, like in 2004, a game store I go to called Game Exchange, I used to see like 5 or 6 Demon's Crest stacked on top of each other. You know, $4. And now that's one of those games that people act like, oh, it's a relic, man. The Pharaoh had this. You know? And the price on that game keeps climbing. But I really honestly don't believe it's that rare. Especially, you know, I mean, if you can keep finding it over and over, like 25 people have it on eBay, it's not rare. Okay. Challenge is going quite well. Haven't lost yet. I've actually earned like 2 or 3 lives, but that's kind of moot. The minute I lose 1, I'm done. Yeah, I know I ranted for a minute there too. That's just some stuff I've wanted to talk about for a while, just never found a way to do it. So here it is, on this One Life Challenge video. If you've watched it, you heard the classic game and you know, the classic game craze and the inflated prices rant. Ah, dang it. In fact, it's actually gotten bad enough to where a lot of thrift stores, right? It's like that's the bottom of the barrel. You know, a thrift store is always supposed to have junk prices, no matter what, right? But even they now, like, the owners will have smartphones and stuff, and stuff like this. You know, old video games, even in thrift stores, winds up behind like the glass case. And I know, oh great, not getting a deal on that. You know, sometimes I see it about 50-50. There you go. Stake. There's a stake behind that pillar. I'm gonna stand right here and let them kill themselves. I didn't expect a rock to fall out of the sky and kill the tall pirate for me. That kind of was a surprise. Arrgh. Whoa. Now the question is though, will I make it past this next boss? Remember that little pig, that conch guy? Here he comes. Ah. and he's annoying. He don't try to grab this guy. He'll bite your face like 4 or 5 times every time you try to pick him up. There. Haha. Kind of lucky on that one. Of course, yes, my favorite thing to do in this game is slam people into the pavement with IOs. He's such a man that he wears 2 ponytails. One in the front, one in the back. That's how he gets his bangs out of his hair. He puts up another ponytail. There we go. And I meant bangs out of his eyes, not bangs out of his hair. Do 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 do. Okay.